Thank you so much, guys, for being with me today. And today we have Christopher and Chriatian from E.Battery Systems. And we will be asking them about their company, about their venture. How do they see the company evolving in next couple of months and their long-term vision for the company? So guys, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thanks, Isam.
Thank you, Isam.
Perfect. So guys, without wasting your time, I would quickly jump into the first part of the whole series and the most interesting part for all our viewers. What is E.Battery System all about? What is the company about? How do you see the company evolving? And who are the people behind this company?
Ethan, thank you for the question. To be honest, E.Battery System is more or less existing since more than 25 years, but we have formed it out of another company, and so there we have a short history since 2 years, let's say it like that. So we put the experience of 25 years, and why we did that. It's easy to explain, and we have some very good innovative products in this company, and thought we have to do more out of this, you know. And what E.Battery System is doing is we produce and develop innovative battery pack solutions. We are not focused on the cells so far. Maybe we will see what happens in the future, but so far we are focused on the battery packs, and we try to find the sustainable and on the other side battery with a very high energy density, you know, and this is what we have right now, you know. We are here some kind of benchmark for the market, I would say.
Got it. And because battery and EV, as we have seen in the couple of years, that the EV industry has evolved so effectively, and every day there's a new development. So if you can elaborate for our viewers a little bit more before we jump to the team part, that what kind of e-battery solutions you guys are offering, or what is the problem you're trying to solve?
E.Battery Systems isn't focused on one kind of product. It is focused on the battery as a core part of EV or of an application. But what we are doing is we have some kind of modular systems which we can use in different applications that starts from an electric vehicle, an automatic guided vehicle, a robot, an airplane. We have all there some orders here in our order book. But on the other hand, we also try to or have solutions for energy storage systems, because we are very focused on the core part and do it in a modular way with different software architecture, with different hardware architecture. And this makes us unique, because we are not, it doesn't matter to us if one branch isn't working because of Corona or what else, you know.
We are not really focused, as Christopher say, on one specific application.
Yep.
With our battery systems, we are able to cover more or less all applications, so far from medical till airplanes. But we do now not really focus on the automotive industry because of low margin, so many competitors, and only headings at the end. So we are really focused on niche market, and here we are the absolutely player in that, from garden tool, robots, stuff like that, as Christopher mentioned, and the margins are incredibly high there. So that's the business we are focused on. Of course, we are in contact with different OEMs, which we can't name so far, but you can imagine with the new battery technology, assembling technology, which is for sure the highest energy density in the market, and from all safety aspects too, their interest is really high. Exactly. But we now need to grow, stabilize the company. That's why we looking for some financing right now. We are a stable company with a very good foundation, and now we scale it up. The technology is ready, and now we push it out.
So Chriatian, as you mentioned that you're a stable company and trying to grow and raising financing right now, it would be also interesting to maybe give a quick overview of what is your background, and Christopher, what is your background, and who is the management team, and what are their expertise. So, why do you see this company growing and become one of a key player in the future?
Yeah, I have studied in Vienna entrepreneurship and have also studied in the US entrepreneurship. My background comes from two bigger companies. One is well known, it's Doppelmayr. They produce ropeways, and I organized all the companies which operate in the countries these kind of ropeways. And on the other hand, I was the CFO at ATB. It was a well-known company in the past. What they did was they make innovative electrical motors, and I was there the CFO, and there's my background is coming from. And now I'm working since 2015 here for the former company of E.Battery Systems. In 2017, I started with the lithium-ion project. In 2019, it becomes a reality, and we had E.Battery Systems here in place with already revenues. We had a very good start. We started with big customers like Airbus, for example. We do drones for them, so I could say that's not a problem. And there are several other customers. We have bigger customers there. So yeah.
Yeah, so my background, I studied mechanical engineering in Germany. Then I immediately start my first engineering company, which I worked for several OEMs and racing industries, Formula One, stuff like that, Red Bull Air Race. I sold my company and built up many other companies, jump in, create it, make it big, sell it, make the next one. So I'm now involved in several companies as a shareholder with my different investment companies. And I joined Christopher since 1 year ago, more or less. So we start working together, and then I'm also shareholder with Christopher together. And now we do it with Christopher because of the great network I have in this field of the battery sector. Helps us a lot in all the experience that I have. So I bring in the first big contract, which is a multi-million contract over the next years. And that's what we do right now. And we have a very focused teams to expand it a little bit more. We get a very experienced CFO next month. And we had some guys from Technical University of Munich, which are graduate. So real deep tech guys also to develop all that stuff what we will try to create in the future.
Perfect.
And we are now almost 30 people. I can't say it exactly, but it should be around 30 because each week more or less 2 new people join us.
There will be around 50 people, I think. So we expand within 2 years from 5 to 50. So times 10, it's hard to do, but I think with the background of me and with the network of Christian and my core management team, we are able to have also some kind of organization. You know, that's a big thing. And also, this is one point we need capital to do it on the best way how you can do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
To enable all that grows, because we are very limited with space. From beginning of next year, we rent a big facility where we really can do all the fully automatic assembly lines, which we ordered and test right now. So from beginning of next year, we have a really great facility, which will have the abilities for the next years for growing.
Perfect. And before we move on, we would also like to see a video which very well explains about the company and about what is happening. It is in German. However, it has subtitles, and I hope you all enjoy it.
E.Battery Systems ist eigentlich schon 25 Jahre alt, entstanden aus einer Kostenstelle von der Firma Acomesa. Aus einem rohen Diamanten wollte ich ein großes Unternehmen machen, das schlussendlich einen Einfluss auf die Gesellschaft und auf die gesamte Wirtschaft haben kann. Insofern, dass wir uns spezialisieren darauf, Batterien zu bauen, die die Welt verändern können. Und genau das tun wir jetzt. Mein Name ist Schoepf, ich bin der Gründer und der Geschäftsführer der Firma E.Battery Systems.
E.Battery Systems ist der Partner für Unternehmen, wenn es um knifflige Problemlösungen im Bereich Energieversorgung geht.
Wir können von einem kleinen Einzeller über eine 800-Volt-Batterie alles anbieten.
Von Stationärspeicher bis hin zu mobilen Anwendungen.
Von fahrerlosen Transportsystemen, Robotern, Sportwagen, Flugzeuge.
Vom Medizintechnik-Akku, der für die Gehirnstrommessung verwendet wird, bis hin zum hochleistungsfähigen Power-Tool ist das Spektrum immens breit.
Wir bauen für viele namhaften Unternehmen, weil bei uns im Kern immer die Batterie steht. Ein modulares System, aus dem wir alle möglichen Batterien der Welt entwickeln und produzieren können.
Wir werden in der Zukunft sehr viele Batteriesysteme einsetzen.
Deswegen beschäftigen uns wir auch intensiv mit dem Second Life Applications von Batterien.
Ein Beispiel ist, ein großer Automobilhersteller nutzt ein System an Starterbatterien, welches in Zukunft in signifikanten Mengen auch zur Verfügung steht und in den Fahrzeugen nicht mehr genutzt werden kann. Und wir bauen daraus ein ESS, also ein Energy Storage System.
Diese Verwendung in diesen Energy Storage Themen ist zum Beispiel ein Thema, wie wir das ganze Nachhaltigkeitsthema mit wirtschaftlichen Themen zusammenführen können. Wir müssen Systeme neu denken, wir müssen weg von dem Grundgedanken, dass Lithium der Grundstoff ist für das Ganze. Hier forscht E.Battery Systems genau in diesem Bereich.
Hierzu haben wir Patente angemeldet, wo wir neue Materialien verwenden wollen. Das macht E.Battery Systems zu einem der innovativsten Player am Markt.
Dieses Nachhaltigkeitskonzept umgesetzt in Produkten bedeutet bei uns auch, dass wir Module entwickelt haben, die eine patentierte, hochinnovative Kühlung beinhaltet.
Das heißt, wir können aktuelle Zelltechnologien in Bereiche bringen und entwickeln, die bisher noch nicht möglich gewesen sind.
Diese Art der Kühlung hat den Sinn, dass es den Lebenszyklus der Batterie massiv verlängert.
Nachhaltigkeit spielt bei uns eine sehr wichtige und zentrale Rolle.
Grüner werden, mehr elektrifizieren und den CO2-Ausstoß massiv reduzieren.
Wegwerfen ist immer das Letzte. Wichtig wäre, dass man es weiterverwendet. Und genau da geht unsere Arbeit weiter. Unser Kunde bekommt von uns nicht nur eine Batterie, die er dann im Grunde wieder wegwerfen soll, sondern die soll er uns zurückgeben. Wir verwenden die weiter. Wie ist diese Idee entstanden? Meine Kinder sind daran schuld. Ich wollte immer Vater werden und habe mir überlegt, möchte ich Kinder in diese Welt setzen oder müssen sie in 20 Jahren mit Umweltkatastrophen leben, mit Hitze, mit Dürre, mit Arbeitslosigkeit. Aber ich dachte mir, mit meinem Unternehmen habe ich die Möglichkeit, dies zu verändern. Und das ist genau das, was wir gerade tun. Wir verändern die Welt.
Nachdem Christopher Schoepf das Produkt und die Firma erklärt hat, ist bei mir eine so große Begeisterung aufgetreten, dass ich unbedingt Teil dieser Unternehmung werden wollte.
Sagen können, ich war dabei, ich bin Teil davon und wir sind stolz drauf.
Diese Kraft, die im Unternehmen steckt, finde ich faszinierend.
Ich weiß, wir werden aus E.Battery Systems eine tolle internationale Firma machen.
Ich bin fest der Meinung, dass wir in den nächsten Jahren Systeme auf die Beine stellen, die international großes Feedback bringen werden.
Auch bei einem wasserstoffbetriebenen Haus oder bei einer Wasserstoffspeicherung wird es eine Batterie benötigen.
Die Synergien der einzelnen Technologien, die wir momentan in der Pipeline haben, sind schon faszinierend und ich freue mich darauf, in den nächsten Jahren zu sehen, wie diese Projekte in die Tat umgesetzt werden können.
Wir sind verpflichtet, unseren Kunden gegenüber die neuesten Technologien in möglichst kurzer Zeit anzubieten.
Ich glaube an das Team, ich glaube an die Technologie. Der Markt ist sehr groß. Da kann man als Investor gar nicht Nein sagen.
Das Potenzial der E.Battery Systems liegt sicherlich in einem komplett neuen Marktumfeld, das erschlossen werden kann, und es gibt extremes Expansionspotenzial.
Wir haben Kunden aus der ganzen Welt mittlerweile. Wir führen Gespräche über Ansiedlungen auf anderen Kontinenten. Wir sind dran, ein Büro in Asien zu installieren, genauso wie in Nordamerika.
Es ist schön, Visionen zu haben, aber mit Christopher und seinem Team haben wir eine Mannschaft, die die Visionen in Realitäten umsetzt.
Es ist die Vision, nachhaltig zu arbeiten und Teil der mobilen Revolution zu sein. E.Battery Systems hat den Zweck, die Batterie der Zukunft zu entwickeln und zu produzieren. Und genau das tun wir jetzt.
So guys, now as you gave us a very good overview of the company itself and about your experiences, that I can see that coming from entrepreneurship background, coming from knowing financials as well, that how to run a company. Then from Chriatian, you said that you have already sold companies, you have already invested. So now I think I can see like a very good mix of combination between you guys. And as you said that you started with 5 and now you're somewhere 30 by the end, going for 50, this really shows a good growth. So imagine how would you see the short-term vision of the company as co-founders, as CEO, and then maybe if you shed some light on the long-term vision, like where do you see this company going in next 5 years, 10 years? So what's your plan?
In the short term, as I mentioned, we search for some investments to grow and to build up a strong organization. But on the other hand, we also need this money for creating new products. You know, we are working on very sustainable second-use life batteries, which will change a lot in this world, because in a few years we will have enough EVs and electrical cars on the streets. But what will happen with the old cars and the old batteries, for example? And to do this and to be more sustainable and to do it on a new way, we need good engineers. We need the capital to do the prototypes and all this kind of stuff. So this growing business, which will make a lot revenue in the future, you can be sure, because we will be one of the benchmarks with our inverter technology. We will need money for that, so it's very important for us that we will be here in the short term. Yeah, and on the long run, I still have the dream of a big company, international company, which is not only working from Austria, but has its facilities in the US, in Canada, in Asia, in Near East. We will need that because, as you know, on the one hand, I want to be sustainable and have sustainable products and do something against the CO2 emission, exactly. But when you transport all of this stuff through the whole world, it doesn't make sense.
Our most limited resource right now is time, because we had so many requests from all different customers. That's why we have to ramp up the team immediately. And this is one of the most important tasks, is to ramp up this team. And that is our core focus right now. We have to increase our capital to improve the best teams and make the product. The products are already ready. We have to just bring it to the market. We have big customers like Airbus, Christopher mentioned, Continental, Wacker Neuson, many more, which we cannot say right now, like Regions startup, but we have long-term running contracts with them. So our sales pipeline is very, very filled up. Of course, we can fill it up more and more and more, but first we have to increase our team. We can do more sales, it's easy for us with our technology, but at the end we cannot deliver. That's why we're on the tipping point right now, to collect some money, growing capital, as I would say, to ramp up the team, build up all the infrastructure, and then hopefully, as we are in talks to, going public, because then we bring the company to the next level. And we're planning and we're in good talks about to do it end of this year. So in chapter 4 this year, we plan to go public. And then, like what Christopher said, make the company really international with different subsidies in different organizations, because from the sustainability point, it makes no sense to ship batteries to Asia from Europe and the way around, and also to US. So we plan to set up there some facilities to do some of them directly in that country.
And
and to add, one important point for me is we are working on the next generations of our products. You know, it's not that we have the technology and that's it, and we hope we are making money the next 2 years. No, we are working on the next generations, and this means digital products. This means cloud services, you know, energy trading, all this kind of stuff. You have to think of that, because if you have in the core the battery, and you can use it from home in your vacation or whatever, because it's possible, you know, that's where we want to go, you know, and that's we had so many more ideas.
And what I can also see that you're not just raising money or going public to just run the old contracts that you already have. You guys are also trying to do R&D so that you can be in the first mover advantage all the time, and then acquiring, like what I can see is that you also will enter the battery recycling, because you mentioned that the cars which will be there, which are old cars, they have to be a way to recycle them. And on the other side, the ESG compliance for the environmental social governance and the climatical impact we're having. So I can see that the growth of E.Battery Systems is huge. And
you're absolutely right. So we are focusing now, Christopher and me, on business which will popping up in the next few years.
Yeah,
but you cannot make a revenue out of it till now. But we prepare this huge market, like second life application with batteries. Of course, now we don't have so many second life applications because there are not so many electric cars on the market. But the market will be huge for energy storage, for third world applications, because it's cheap.
And if someone is thinking, yeah, but the Chinese or some of the English guys will coming and will make the same with more money and faster.
Yeah,
no, that's not possible. It's possible, but not within a short term. You know, because we have this kind of inverter technology, which is software based. You know, and this means that we are able to connect different batteries with different SOH and SOC statuses to each other. So the production is very cheap, and this is possible efficient. Because of the efficient, and this is possible because of our unique and exclusively and patented inverter technology. You know, that's the USP here in this. That's why we are the first, or more or less the first ones, who make second use energy storages commercial possible. You know, at the moment it costs a lot of money to do that. Because of that, all of them say no, there is no profit out of it. But with our inverter technology, it's possible. Another USP here for your EBS.
And as you said that under your belt, you already have Airbus, which is one of the biggest when it comes to the airline industry. Then you said Continental and a lot more contracts, so that you have to stop the funnel, you know, like the sales funnel, so that you can build like the best product out there. And so just one question, and then we summarize the whole interview. So these contracts, are they more like an LOI, or they are like committed contracts that the moment you have the technology there or you have the product, they just take it forward from there?
Both. Let me say both. We have really signed contract over a long period with thousands of units from different customers. But we also, at the moment, we build up first unit, for example. If it works, then we will make the whole series production, and they give us an outlook of the next 5, 6, 7 years, which unit they expected right now. And we are, I would say the hard sales pipeline should be around in the mid, between like 40, 50 million euro, I would say, hard sales pipeline. And you can expect it's much, much higher at this point, much, much higher. And if somebody would say now, it would not be possible with such a small organization like you are to become a tier 1 supplier within 1 year to make 1,000 and 10,000 of batteries, I would say, yes, you're right. That's why we are prepared with supply in the back. If it comes to huge production, for example, for an automotive OEM, we are not able to handle this. And we would not like to handle this. We installed a tier 1, it's Hermann Automotive, which is an automotive tier 1 supplier, which fulfill all certifications, quality standards, stuff like that, who does in the back the production for us. And we have no heading with all that stuff. We are focusing on development, small series production, which fits to our assembly lines, facilities. And if it's too big, go out, make it for us, and we send it to the customer.
That's a very interesting point, because a USP of us that we have very smart cooperations with bigger companies or with companies who can help us in the technology, you know, and these are always exclusive cooperations with us. We have a very strong technology in the batteries, but like Chriatian said, the production, maybe if it's over a specific volume, let's do it somewhere else, you know. If we have lack, so that we don't know how we should do it, we have smart technology cooperation with some other smart corporations and companies. So that's a special way how we handle this business, you know. It's not on one product and hopefully we can sell it because it's unique. It's completely different.
The good thing with this cooperation, what we set up here is, so we can react like a speedboat that the customer like. We can make them a working prototype as soon as possible. But we can design it for a series production, and we can do the fast prototype with the design of the series production or certified series production model to create a customized battery and make the series production too, as many units as you want. So that's more or less unique, because if you go to a huge supplier, it takes a long time, costs a lot of money, and the most innovative startups cannot afford this. They don't have the time to wait 2 years for a battery. They would like to have a working prototype now, tomorrow.
Exactly.
We can do it, and if it comes to serious production, we can handle it by ourselves if the units are not so high, or we give it out to our background partner, let me say Hermann Automotive, because, for example, we had a product with 100,000 units a year, but it is so small, we can do it by ourselves with our assembly lines. But if we have, for example, 100,000 bus batteries, it's not handleable for us.
Because again, from a financial point of view, that I'd like to think like that, from an investor comfort, that what I can see the pros here is that number one is what you mentioned, that you have the patent. And you can easily then utilize the bigger OEMs to produce for you if you have a bigger project. On the other side, at that time, what you save, you can focus on building more connections, so growing more effectively, and also catering, as you said, like startups and big corporates on the same side, and partnering with more companies who can provide that particular supply. So it really brings an investor comfort as well, because that's where the growth comes around. So guys, if I want to now conclude the whole interview and give you both some time to give last message to our viewers, who are potential investors, what would be your message for them, and what would be your ending remarks?
Yeah, you have summarized it perfectly. I would say it. You steal my words, I would say. I think this company is a once in a lifetime opportunity right now. We collect technology, market, and existing business within one company right now, and this is more or less the chance for every one of us, especially also for me as a CEO, to make something unique and to create within a few years a very, very successful company.
I would love to invite everybody out there to join our way to accelerate the transition to renewable and sustainable energy. That's what we do here. The overall goal at the end, new battery technology, which comes later on, which we are focused to, but that is the key message. Go with us and have fun.
Go with us, go far, and do something sustainable for the world.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Perfect.
We're smart, not hard.
So thank you so much, Christian. Thank you so much, Christopher, for your time. And we will be surely catching up with you in the coming weeks or months as well, that how the company is evolving and what is happening. And for all the viewers, you can surely contact directly Christopher and Christian, or you can contact CM Equity for further details. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.